Hey, everybody, it's your channel. Welcome back to The Walking Thread. Today we're diving headfirst into the wonderfully weird world of superstitions. You know, those little things our moms told us that would totally ruin our lives if we did them? Like, don't step on a crack or you'll break your mama's back. We're gonna unpack 10 of these bad boys and see if they're actually cursed or just straight up silly. So buckle up, Buttercup, it's gonna be a wild ride. Okay, first up, we've got walking under a ladder. I mean, this one seems pretty self-explanatory, right? You walk under a ladder, boom! A can of paint falls on your head, and your day is ruined. But where did this whole superstition even come from? Well, apparently some people think a ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle, which, get this, represents the Holy Trinity. So, walking through that triangle is super disrespectful or something. Personally, I think it's more about not wanting someone to accidentally drop a hammer on your head, but hey, that's just me. But seriously, have you guys ever actually walked under a ladder? On purpose? I'm not talking about those times when you're trying to be sneaky and cut through a construction site. I mean, when you see a ladder and you're like, you know what? I'm feeling lucky today. Time to tempt fate. Because honestly, I've done it. Alright, let's talk about breaking mirrors. This one's a classic superstition that has been around for ages. 7 years of bad luck? That's like a whole presidential term of misfortune. Imagine enduring that much bad luck for such a long time. And for what? For accidentally dropping a mirror while you're trying to take the perfect selfie? Life's not fair, man. It's like the universe is punishing you for a simple mistake. But seriously, where did this whole 7 years of bad luck thing even come from? It's such a specific and oddly long duration. Well, legend has it that way back in the day, people thought mirrors were like portals to the soul or something. They believed that mirrors held a piece of your essence. So, if you broke a mirror, you were basically shattering your soul into a million pieces. It was considered a serious spiritual mishap. And apparently it takes a solid 7 years for your soul to put itself back together. That's a long time to wait for your soul to heal. Who knew souls were like jigsaw puzzles? It's a fascinating and somewhat comforting thought, but let's be real, mirrors break. It happens. It's a part of life, and we can't avoid it forever. I'm pretty sure I've broken at least a dozen in my lifetime, and I'm still here to tell the tale. Each broken mirror is a story, a memory. Maybe I'm just working through my bad luck years one clumsy accident at a time. Or maybe, just maybe, it's all in our heads and we create our own luck. Next up, we've got black cats crossing your path. You know, the classic superstition that sends shivers down some people's spines. Now, I gotta say, this one always seemed a little messed up to me. I mean, why single out black cats? What did they ever do to deserve this reputation? Black cats are just minding their own business, trying to get from point A to B, and suddenly they're being blamed for bringing bad luck? Not cool, man. They're just living their lives, just like any other cat. But as always, there's a story behind this superstition. It's not just random. It has roots in history and culture. Apparently, back in the Middle Ages, people thought black cats were witches in disguise, or witches' familiars, or something like that. They were seen as mystical creatures with dark powers. Basically, they were convinced that black cats were up to no good. They were thought to be agents of mischief and malevolence. And to be fair, those medieval folks were easily spooked. They lived in a time of superstition and fear, where anything out of the ordinary was seen as a potential threat. But come on, people. It's the 21st century. We've come a long way since then. We're living in a world with self-driving cars and smartphones that can order pizza. We've got technology that medieval folks couldn't even dream of. Can we finally agree that black cats are not evil? They're just cats. Innocent, adorable, and sometimes a bit mysterious, but definitely not evil. Fluffy, cuddly, sometimes aloof cats. They have their own personalities and quirks just like any other pet. And honestly, I'd much rather have a black cat cross my path than, say, a pigeon. At least cats are clean and graceful. Pigeons are the real menace to society. They're messy, noisy, and let's be honest, not the brightest birds around. They're like flying rats with terrible aim, always making a mess wherever they go. So the next time you see a black cat, don't freak out. Remember, it's just a cat trying to go about its day. Just give it a little head scratch and be on your way. Show it some love and appreciation because black cats deserve it just as much as any other cat. Okay, this one's a little more practical, but still kind of weird. Opening an umbrella indoors. I mean, I get it, nobody wants to get rained on, especially not inside their own home. But apparently opening an umbrella indoors is like inviting bad luck into your life, and nobody wants that. So what's the deal with this superstition? Well, some say it has to do with ancient sun worship. Like opening an umbrella indoors was seen as an insult to the sun god Ra, and you don't want to mess with Ra, he's got a temper. Others say it's more about practicality. Alright, let's talk about spilling salt. This one's a doozy. You might think it's just a minor kitchen mishap, but oh no, it's much more than that. Apparently spilling salt is like the ultimate jinx. It's not just a little bad luck, it's a full-blown catastrophe in the world of superstitions. It's like you might as well just walk under a ladder while breaking a mirror and having a black cat cross your path all at the same time. It's the trifecta of bad omens. But fear not, my superstitious friends, because there's a way to counteract this culinary curse. You don't have to live in fear of your salt shaker. All you have to do is take a pinch of the spilled salt and toss it over your left shoulder. Simple, right? But there's a reason for this specific action. Why the left shoulder? Because that's where the devil hangs out, obviously. The idea is to blind the devil and keep him at bay, and nobody wants to give the devil a salty surprise. It's like a mini exorcism with table seasoning. But seriously, where did this whole salt superstition come from? It's not just a random act of paranoia. Well, it turns out that salt used to be a really valuable commodity. It was essential for preserving food and was even used as currency in some cultures. Like back in the day, salt was literally worth its weight in gold. It was a symbol of wealth and prosperity. So spilling salt was a major faux pas. It wasn't just a mess to clean up, it was a waste of something incredibly precious. It was like accidentally dropping your iPhone in the toilet. A real tragedy. Imagine the horror of wasting something so valuable. And over time, this association with salt and misfortune just kind of stuck. It became ingrained in our cultural psyche. But hey, at least we have a way to reverse the curse, right? So next time you spill some salt, just remember to toss a pinch over your left shoulder and keep the devil at bay. Ah, the number 13. The bane of triskaidekaphobes everywhere. This number is so associated with bad luck that some buildings even skip the 13th floor altogether. Like, they go straight from 12 to 14 as if that's going to fool fate. But why is 13 considered so unlucky? Well, there are a few theories floating around. Some say it's because there were 13 people present at the Last Supper, and we all know how that turned out. Others point to the fact that there are 13 lunar cycles in a year, and ancient cultures were a little freaked out by the moon. Like, hey, that big glowing orb in the sky controls the tides? That's kinda creepy. But honestly, I think the whole 13 thing is just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, if you go around believing that 13 is unlucky, then you're more likely to notice and remember all the bad things that happen on Friday the 13th. Step on a crack, break your mother's back. We've all heard this one before, right? It's like the ultimate playground taunt. But seriously, who came up with this rhyme? And why are cracks in the sidewalk so offensive to mothers everywhere? Well, nobody really knows for sure where this superstition came from. Some say it has to do with ancient beliefs about the underworld. Like cracks in the ground were seen as portals to the realm of the dead, and stepping on one could unleash all sorts of evil spirits. Which, you know, fair enough. I wouldn't want to mess with any ghosts either. Others say it's more about practicality. Like, back in the day, sidewalks weren't exactly known for their structural integrity. Horseshoes. They're like the universal symbol of good luck, right? Find a horseshoe, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck. But wait, don't hang that horseshoe upside down. That's like the worst thing you can do. It's like you're basically inviting bad luck to rain down upon you like a hailstorm of misfortune. But why? Why is it so important to hang a horseshoe the right way up? Well, there are a few different theories about this one. Some say it's because horseshoes are shaped like the crescent moon, which was associated with good fortune in many ancient cultures. And hanging the horseshoe upside down would be like turning your luck upside down. Others say it's more about practicality. Like if you hang a horseshoe upside down, all the good luck will just spill out. Spiders. They're creepy, crawly, and they weave webs in the most inconvenient places. So it's understandable why some people might want to squash them on sight. But wait, before you grab that fly swatter, you might want to think twice. Because in some cultures, killing a spider is considered extremely bad luck. Like, you might as well just kiss your lucky rabbit's foot goodbye. But why? Why are spiders seen as bringers of good fortune in some parts of the world? Well, there are a few different theories about this one. Some say it's because spiders are associated with weaving, and weaving was seen as a magical skill in many ancient cultures. Others say it's because spiders are predators, and they help to keep the population of harmful insects in check. Black dogs. They're loyal, loving, and they make great companions. But wait, don't let that black fur fool you, because in some cultures, black dogs are seen as harbingers of doom. Like, you might as well just start writing your will right now. But why? Why are black dogs so feared in some parts of the world? Well, there are a few different theories about this one. Some say it's because black dogs were associated with death and the underworld in many ancient cultures, and nobody wants to mess with death. He's got a bit of a temper. Others say it's because black dogs are harder to see at night, so they're more likely to startle people. So there you have it, folks. 10 things that are supposed to bring bad luck. But are they real? Are we all doomed to a life of misfortune if we accidentally spill some salt or walk under a ladder? Probably not. But hey, it's always fun to indulge in a little superstition every now and then, right? Just don't let it take over your life. If these things amazed you, comment on which one you find the most incredible, click like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and most importantly, let's walk through the threads together.